Welcome to LCB Topics and Trends. In this video series, we highlight essential topics for licensees to help shed light on those areas where regulation and business intersect. Our goal is simply to promote mutual understanding, clarity, and trust on key issues, processes, and timelines. Agency rulemaking is a topic that frequently generates questions, which is not surprising because it can be confusing to navigate, and it's only made murkier with government speak terms like revised code, stakeholder, or statement of inquiry. While rulemaking is not filled with everyday terminology, it does follow established processes across state government. Once you understand the general pattern and basic vocabulary, you can follow rulemaking at any government agency. Often, the LCB hears concerns from a licensed business or member of the public who is impacted by a rule after it is implemented. However, rulemaking is a public process. Once you understand what is happening and how you can get involved, you can participate in the rule development process. The LCB works hard to be inclusive and communicate broadly throughout the rulemaking process. We understand, too, that people are busy running their businesses and their everyday lives and can't be expected to be on top of all the agency's work on rules. That is why the rules team provides several ways for you to follow the process and multiple points along the way to influence the rules as they are being developed. In today's video, we will highlight the difference between laws and rules, navigating the LCB's website to laws, rules, and statements, introduce you to the LCB rules team, ways that you can be involved in the process, and staying connected. Laws are straightforward, right? While it may seem so, laws can come in a variety of different forms that carry varying degrees of authority. For example, for most people, our understanding of how laws are created is how we remember it from high school civics class or as college freshmen in Political Science 101. In simple terms, state laws are created in two ways. Number one, created by the legislature and signed into law by the governor. Number two, enacted through an initiative to the people and enacted by public vote. Once enacted, these laws can go by other names such as statute. In Olympia, you will often hear references to RCW when noting laws. RCW is short for Revised Code of Washington. The RCW is just a systematic way of cataloging laws established by the legislature. While laws top the hierarchy of official state government business, there are other lesser, targeted official actions that carry the weight of law but are limited in time or application. For example, an executive order issued by the governor that applies only for a limited time and usually only to certain groups such as state agencies. Another example of an official government act that carries authority is agency rulemaking. Agency rules are regulations made by executive branch agencies and are issued by the authority of statutes. Agencies like the Liquor and Cannabis Board can create rules but do not have the authority to enact laws. Like legislation, rules and regulations are a source of law in Washington state. The Washington Administrative Code, or WAC, codifies the regulations and arranges them by subject or agency. The LCB's WACs are found primarily in Title 314, Chapters 1 through 72. If the law is the freeway, then rules must stay within the lanes of the law. One important thing to remember is that a rule cannot exceed the authority provided to it by the law. In most cases, the rules clarify in plain language what the law intends it to do. They provide clarity for the public, the licensed business, and the LCB employees who enforce them. So let's see where we can learn about LCB rulemaking and how you can get involved. You can follow the LCB rulemaking process on our website at lcb.wa.gov. Some highlights on this page include current laws and rules, legislative fact sheets, proposed rules, and contact info for our rules team. Current laws and rules. On this page, you will find access to the Revised Code of Washington and the Washington Administrative Code. Most laws, or RCWs, pertaining to alcohol are found in Title 66. The WACs for cannabis rules are found in Title 314, Chapter 55. Legislative fact sheets. At the conclusion of each legislative session, typically a month or two after the legislative session has finished, LCB staff summarize legislation that affects the LCB and our stakeholders. Proposed rules. On this page, you will find links to all the rules that are in development. Rules follow an established timeline that is part of the Administrative Procedures Act. While there is a dedicated public input period, including a specific public hearing, you are generally able to weigh in on proposed rules throughout the process. And finally, contact information for our rules team is also included on this page. The LCB Rules team is led by Policy and Rules Manager Kathy Hoffman. Together with Kathy are 2 rules coordinators who help with the rules governing alcohol, cannabis, vape, and tobacco.
Hi, I'm Kathy Hoffman. I'm the Policy and Rules Manager with LCB. I lead a team of rule coordinators who create rules for alcohol, cannabis, vapor, and tobacco products. There's several ways that you can get involved and engage with rulemaking at LCB. The first is a listen and learn model where we bring a set of conceptual draft rules to a meeting that is facilitated in a way that allows participants to provide rule language or conceptual ideas to each section of rule. It allows the regulated community and other interested stakeholders in participating in the process. And as a result, they become part of the change that the rules will ultimately bring to the regulated community. The second way of engaging is called deliberative dialogue, and this is a different style of engagement that's designed to address areas of controversy or complexity where we want to find common ground with all participants. We use this model for some of our quality control rules for cannabis, and these are panel-led discussions that help us develop themes and common ground with stakeholder groups that may not be in agreement on all the different intricacies on a particular issue. And then the final model that we're bringing this year and hopefully towards the fall is called a World Cafe model. And this allows for very large groups, so 50 or more people, to engage with an agency to develop themes around rules and policy. We're hoping to bring this model to our chapter revision for the entirety of Chapter 314. And this helps us develop different themes when we're thinking about larger projects like that. It also allows stakeholders and other interested parties to engage with agency leadership in a way that our other models don't necessarily contemplate. So those are the opportunities for engagement in rulemaking. Don't forget, we're always available to speak with you personally if you'd like to schedule a meeting. Thanks very much.
To close, there are several ways to stay connected and informed with the latest information. The LCB website at lcb.wa.gov. The agency strives to keep the site current and relevant to all our stakeholders, our employees, and the public. Sign up for Gov Delivery email alerts. By signing up for the email list that concerns your work, you can be assured that you'll be informed when the agency communicates on your topic. Read the online version of Topics and Trends. The LCB issues quarterly e-newsletters to the alcohol and cannabis industries covering emerging topics and trends, but also other relevant information generated by LCB staff on the front lines. And follow us on Twitter. Our announcements auto-tweet so you'll get an alert on your phone, even if you don't check your email regularly. Thank you for watching this issue of LCB Topics and Trends.